103.5 FM.
What a goal! That's it!
Get in the game. Feel the thrill. Sport Today, we keep it real. Scores and news from the English Premier League, Spanish La Liga, France League 1, Germany Bundesliga, Italia Serie A, Nigeria Premier Football League, Formula 1, basketball, tennis, boxing, all day long. Tune in now where sports belong. On your Super Dial. Every play, every win makes you smile. Join us live, don't miss a beat. For the love of sports, our passion is complete. Sport Today, your sport headquarters, where action speaks louder just for you. An honor, 103.5 FM. We're in the zone for sports fans everywhere. Welcome home.
Grealish over the top. Vardiol helps it on. Haaland! 19th minute. City take the lead. Brilliant from Grealish, equally from Vardiol, and Haaland did the rest. Vinicius Junior hits the bar, took a deflection. De Bruyne's ball in. Akanji onto the top of the crossbar. Now Haaland, can he get his shot in? He's working an angle. He's hit the bar. Free kick stopped. What about the second ball? Mbappe's onside. He's completely mishit it, but it's rolled over the line. Oh, he got that horribly wrong, but it somehow found its way in for the equaliser. Ederson's not going to get there. Yes, he will. Second time, Bellingham is stopped. Lewis, Foden, challenged by Ceballos, penalty. Haaland gives City the lead. The Blues are back in front. City 2, Real Madrid 1. Brahim Diaz, now Vinicius Junior, saved by Ederson. Diaz on the rebound, and Real Madrid are level again. And it's the one-time City player that's got it. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, it's very dangerous. Vinicius Junior is beyond Ederson, and Bellingham has beaten City with the last attack of the match. And City now
And so it went down yesterday at the Etihad Stadium, a battle between Real Madrid and City. What a game that we saw yesterday. Erling Haaland scoring brace for City. But then it was a beautiful one, seeing Jude Bellingham getting goal, Kylian Mbappe also getting goal for Real Madrid. What a comeback for Real Madrid yesterday at the Etihad Stadium. On that note, I welcome you to the midweek edition of Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM. We are broadcasting live from Bodija here in the beautiful city of Ibadan. And on the show this hour, Wednesday afternoon, we take you through all the games that went down yesterday at the Champions League. What a game we saw in France yesterday between Stade Brest and PSG. 3-0 was the result at the end of 90 minutes. And of course, at the Etihad Stadium, a battle between Manchester City and Real Madrid ended in a victory for the away side. Real Madrid won the game yesterday. In Turin, what a game we saw between Juventus and PSV. Old ladies, they won the game by 2-0. And of course, in Portugal yesterday, Sporting CP, they were in action against Borussia Dortmund. What a win for the Dortmund side, which they won the game 3-0. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sport Today once and again, the midweek edition. Apart from the Champions League, we look into the game that will be going down in the Nigerian Premier Football League later today on the show because the battle of the Warriors will be going down. Shooting Stars will be playing against Kwara United. Foja Warriors up against Oluyole Warriors. It's going to be a very interesting one. Right there at the Nigerian Premier Football League. These are many more stories that will be coming your way this lovely Super Wednesday afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in case you don't know, my name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. I'm not alone in the studio. I got Ebolua with me, and together we'll be on the ride. Good afternoon to you, Ebolua. Welcome again to Sport Today.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me on the show once again today.
Yes, it's good to have you. I know you're very happy just because of the game that we saw yesterday at the Champions League due to Real Madrid performance up against City. But then, before we go into all of that, let's check through other games that went down right there at the Champions League. What a game we saw yesterday. Borussia Dortmund won their game away from home against Sporting CP by 3-0. And of course, the king of draws, Juventus, they were in action against PSV. Juventus won the game by 2-1, and Real Madrid also, yes, they won their game yesterday. It's no more news, even though from the first half of that game, they lost several chances earlier enough in that game before Eliana got the first goal for City.
Yeah, it was a very interesting game, very end-to-end. This is the third or fourth year in a row that Man City and Real Madrid are facing themselves in the knockout stages of the Champions League. So it was always going to be a very interesting match. Real Madrid have, in the last 3 years, Real Madrid have overcome Man City to win the Champions League twice. Then the other time, Man City won it. So it was always going to be a gigantic fixture between two heavyweight coaches also too. And the match did not disappoint, definitely. End to end from the start. Even though both teams have been struggling defensively this season, we always expected to see goals, and then there were a lot of goals in the match, even though most of them came very late on. But it was a very interesting game.
Very interesting game.
Real Madrid were able to win.
All right, let's talk about the tactical approach of that game yesterday, because we saw the formation of City. It's looking as if there's a lot going on in that City team, because even though they came out with a very strong formation yesterday, 4-1 formation, we have Ederson in between the stick yesterday. Akanji also playing from the defense line, Diaz, Ake. And of course, in the midfield, we have like of Stone, which definitely will help the defense line also. Up front, familiar names like Erling Haaland, Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne. We have Bernardo Silva, and of course, Savinho. But surprisingly, checking through Real Madrid lineup yesterday, 4-3-3 formation was what they used. And of course, we saw Asensio playing a central back alongside Tchouaméni.
Yeah, it's no news that Real Madrid have obviously had a lot of struggles in defense this season. So actually, in the course of the game, the formation switched to 4-4-2. So Mbappe and Vinicius up front, Bellingham on the left midfield with Rodrigo on the right midfield to support Valverde, the midfielder that was playing in the right back. So Real Madrid have had a lot of struggles with injuries this season, and they just had to, find a way to put a makeshift defense together just so they could cope with City. And in my opinion, they did really well against this City attack. They have Haaland, De Bruyne, Foden came on for Grealish when he was injured. Man City have strong players in defense, in attack that can cause any defense trouble. But Real Madrid players, they put in the work. They knew that Man City will always had the tendency to.
All right, let's talk about Vinicius yesterday. Going to the Etihad Stadium was not an easy one for him. We saw a lot of banners kicking against Vinicius. But then yesterday, he was given the man of the match after the 90 minutes.
Yeah, we know Vinicius to be a player with a strong mentality. From being that boy that couldn't really finish to almost winning the Ballon d'Or. And he said after the game that seeing those things and the reactions of the fans gave him the push he needed to, play the game. And he played really well. Got the assist for the winning goal too. So his mentality was something that would have really helped him last night to overcome that adversity. And he will be very proud of himself to, go to a stadium like that, get such a hostile reaction, and then come out as
the best player of that game.
Yes,
all right, now let's go to the Etihad Stadium this afternoon and listen to Pep Guardiola talking about the game immediately after 90 minutes, expressing his disappointment to his team.
Pep, after that game and result, where do you think this tie sits now?
This tie, sorry?
Where do you think this tie is? What chance do you think your team has got of getting through?
Well, a little bit less than when we were 2-1, for example. So, yeah, it's a 4-game time we play in a row against Madrid here. The previous 3 we were much better than them, and today was tight. In certain moments they have chances that Ederson was our best player, and but sometimes happen there. How many times the team is better and after that the result doesn't work? And I think they started really well the first 15 minutes. After we took the game, we played really good with the ball. The second half they could not have the passes that we need to play, and we want to attack so quick, and when you attack so quick against the strikers that they have at front, it's more difficult. But after the 2-1, it happened, the resume a little bit this season, so many games happen against Feyenoord, against Sporting de Lisboa, against Brentford in Premier League, and Man United, and many games like at the end we give away. So
All right, apart from the Real Madrid game yesterday, we saw other brief game. The battle in France between Stade Brest and PSG ended in a victory for PSG. They won the game by 3 goals to nothing. And Borussia Dortmund also secured victory away from home, 3 goals to nothing. Later today, other games will be going down. Celtic will be playing against Bayern Munich. Of course, it's going to be a very massive and interesting game. Feyenoord will be at home against AC Milan. Club Brugge against Atalanta. Of course, Benfica definitely will be away from home later today. So we have 4 games to go down in the Champions League today. Bayern Munich will be playing against Celtic. So what are we expecting from that Bayern Munich and Celtic game?
Well, I think anybody that knows ball will expect Bayern Munich to
win the game.
Yeah, utterly trash Celtic. Celtic have not really been that good this season, and they are not really a strong side, to be honest. So Bayern might even be thinking of maybe rotating a few players, resting a few players, but then again, they are comfortable in the league, and they will not want to take any chances of an upset happening. Because if you remember, Bayern have lost this season to Feyenoord also, which came as a shock. So I'm expecting Bayern to just go out, play their normal game, probably win by 3 or 4 goals, to be honest, against Celtic.
All right, we wait and see what will happen at the end of those games. All right, away from the Champions League now, let's take stories from the English Premier League, because later today, Liverpool will be away from home playing against Everton. Yes, it's going to be another interesting game that we are looking forward to see later today, because Everton will be playing against Liverpool in another derby game.
Yeah, the Merseyside derby is here again, and Everton have been, they changed their coach, appointed David Moyes some few weeks ago, and then they've had a new manager bounce, and it's turning into a strong run of form. So you just know that they will want to prove something against their rivals, and then Liverpool too, they'll be coming off the back of that disappointment against Plymouth during the weekend. The coach will want to see a reaction. He will definitely be playing a stronger team though than he played in their last match, but he will be wanting to see a reaction, and Liverpool have been on good form, so I think this will be another game that they'll just win, and then they'll just keep on winning, and then
all right. Talking about winning, we know the Premier League is a different ball game, and sometimes the result might not go the way you want it to go. And talking about Everton also, even though they have their struggle this season also, we never can take that away from them. But then at some points they were able to pull out some surprises this season. And talking about Liverpool also, just like we mentioned, they have a good run of form apart from losing at the FA Cup. But then in the Champions League, brilliant performance from this team. And of course, in the FA Carling Cup also, they are in the finals of the Carabao Cup. So moving forward, they are playing against Everton. Before today, I think this game was postponed due to some weather condition. But then going into this game, Everton last game at the FA Cup, they lost at home to Bournemouth. And talking about Liverpool, they lost also to Plymouth. And in the Premier League, their last game was against Bournemouth also. Talking about Liverpool now, which they won the game by 2 goals to nothing. They are 8-8. The last time they met last season, Everton won at Goodison Park by 2 goals to nothing. So going into this game, do we see Everton doing the magic again, winning this game?
I don't really think so, no. If Liverpool were going to lose any of these back-to-back pure fixtures, you will have expected it to be against Bournemouth, because Bournemouth to have also been on a very strong run of form.
Yeah.
So Everton can always, pull out something. They've been known to have very good defense, so they might want to, limit Liverpool's chances, maybe hold them to a draw. But I think with the incredible form of Mohamed Salah, and then Gakpo too, and then Szoboszlai and those other players, I think Liverpool will just want to keep going. This is the period where they can stretch their lead on top of the table and fight for all competitions, the remaining 3 competitions left.
I know for sure that Arsenal fans will be hoping that Liverpool drop point today because we just have 6 points difference between second and first. Liverpool has played 23 games this season, winning 17 out of those 23 games. They drew 5 and they lost 1. The only time they lost this season was against Nottingham Forest, recording 56 points as we speak. And Arsenal also second position with 50 points, recording 14 wins. Nottingham Forest has been the dark horse so far so good this season. Third position with 47 points. Chelsea fourth position. And talking about the relegation zone this afternoon, Everton 16th position, recording just 6 wins. They drew 8 and they lost 9 games to record 26 points. Wolverhampton Wanderers 17th position with 19 points. Leicester City are struggling. We have Ipswich Town also with 16 points. And of course, we have Southampton with just 9 points. So the English Premier League is definitely getting very hot, and of course we are expecting what will happen at the end of the day. So let's see what will happen between Liverpool and Everton later today. Let's leave the Premier League now and take stories from the Nigerian Premier Football League because later this evening is going to be a battle. The Warriors will be in action, talking about the Afoja Warriors and the Oluyole Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a very big one right there in Ilorin this evening. Because these are big guys when it comes to the Nigerian Premier Football League also. And in Benin City, it's going to be a big one between Benin Insurance and Enyimba. What a game we are expecting from Enyimba in that particular encounter, because they will be playing away from home against a very strong, rugged and very, very intense side, Benin Insurance. And in Kano players will be playing against Ekanami Warriors of Meduguri. These are the games that will be going down in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Don't forget that we still have Remo Stars on top of the log with 48 points, followed by Shooting Stars of Ibadan. A win for them today will close the gap between Remo Stars and Shooting Stars. Yes, let's see what will happen at the end of that game. Away from the Nigerian Premier Football League, now let's take stories from the NWFL. That is the Nigerian Women Football League, because games will be going down across several centers. Also, while we have the men category, also we have the female category. Of course, we are expecting all those actions that will be going down in the Nigerian Women Football League later today. In Group A, we have 4 games to go down. While Edo Queens will be in action 4 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow. They will be playing today, rather. They'll be playing against Nasarawa Amazon 4 p.m. Nigerian time. And the Ikuti Queens also will be in action at the Oluyemi Kayode Stadium playing against the Conference Queen. Atlan will be at home at the Dan Iron Stadium playing against Dana's Lady. While Remo Stars ladies, the highly rated Remo Stars lady, will be at home in Ikene playing against the Abia Angels. Talking about the Group B, also action will resume at Doki Amesimaka Stadium, where Rivers Angels will be playing against Bayelsa Queen, and Adamawa Queens will be at the Pontami Stadium playing against the Benue Queens. Nigeria Tigers will be playing against Delta Queen, and of course FC Robo Queens will be playing in Lagos alongside Ibom's Angel. Yes, also the Nigerian Football League is getting more interesting, even though after 4 games we have Remo Stars Lady topping the log with 10 points and winning 3 out of 4 games. Nasarawa second position, Edo Queen, the reigning champion, in third position. And talking about the Conference Queen this season, they've lost all their 4 games, recording 0 points. So far so good. And the Benue Queens also with 0 points. Yes, in Group B, we have Bayelsa Queen leading the line, followed by Rivers Angel and FC Robo Queens. So let's take stories from basketball also this afternoon, because we have interesting stories from the world of NBA. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know, we have 4 games that went down this morning in the world of NBA. Phoenix Suns was in action this morning, even though they lost against the Grizzlies 119 to 112. Chicago Bulls was in action against the Pistons. Pistons won the game, recording 132 points to 92. Indiana Pacers also lost at home today to New York Knicks, and Toronto Raptors securing victory away from home. Eben, we saw all these 4 games in the NBA this morning, and for Kevin Durant, what a milestone he reached this morning.
Yeah, he became the 8th player in the NBA to cross 30,000 career points, which is very impressive.
Massive point for him.
KD is one of the greatest NBA players of all time, especially in his position. prolific shooter also. You know, he has 15 All-Star, 11 All-NBA, 4 Olympic gold medalists. He owns the record for that one too. He was the NBA champion in 2014. So it's a very interesting career that Durant has had.
Yeah.
You know, he's definitely old. He's above 30 now. But you know that he's probably still thinking of pushing maybe 2 more or 3 more seasons, and then you definitely break more records on the way too. So congratulations to Easy Money.
Let's wait if he will continue to do the magic in the world of NBA. Taking stories from basketball this time around, but from the Nigerian Basketball Federation, because the NBBF announced replacement for unavailable the Tigers players. The Nigerian Basketball Federation has announced the replacement for unavailable Tigers players ahead of the 2025 FIBA Afro Basketball Qualifier third window set to take place in Libya later this year, February 17 to February 24. According to the NBBF, they have invited 3 new players to replace some very important and big guys that will not be available for this window. According to them, players like Michael Okiki, Patrick also, and of course we have Aziz Sulaiman. They will not be available for that game, but then they have the replacement right there. Favor will be one of the players to replace these guys from Nine University. Israel Philip from Nigerian Custom, and of course we have John from Rivers Opa. So these guys will get set for the big one. And in the world of table tennis, this afternoon, the African table tennis star talking about Kodri Aruna has jumped to 19th spot in the latest world table tennis ranking released earlier as of Tuesday. This is credit to the impressive performance at the 2025 WTT star contender in Doha, and of course WTT Singapore Smash. Aruna is the only African male player to reach the last 4 of the WTT star contender, and of course another Nigerian table tennis star we have Olajide Omotayo. Was ranked in 94th position, and of course we have Adegoke dropped to 197th position, while Matthew Kuti fell to 198th position. In the world of badminton, also the Nigerian team doing well in Cameroon as we speak, because they won their afternoon section just yesterday. Victory for them. They are definitely doing well right there in Cameroon. So before we start our BYE on the show, I'm going to put Ebu on the spot this afternoon on the show, because we have 4 games that will be going down in the Champions League. Club Brugge against Atlanta. I want to get your prediction on that game.
Club Brugge versus Atlanta. I think it's going to be a simple win for Atlanta.
Atlanta are playing away from home.
I don't think. I mean, Club Brugge they've not been doing too bad this season. But you know, it's Atlanta. They won the Europa League last year. They've kept most of their team. Their attack is on a very good form too. So you know that they just want to go there, not complicate things too much for themselves, and just go in and then. I mean, it's going to be a tight game, definitely. It's not going to be like an easy win.
To you, it's going to be easy win for Atalanta.
Yeah.
All right, Feyenoord against AC Milan.
Feyenoord against AC Milan. I'm going to go with AC Milan too on this one. Looking at the fixtures, I think the favorites are going to win for today. The only game that we might not be able to easily predict is Monaco
and Benfica.
Because they are 2 teams that are very similar in their stature and the way they've been playing too.
So now you are saying Atlanta straight win, AC Milan straight win, Bayern Munich straight win. Maybe Monaco and Benfica win or draw for Benfica.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, maybe win or draw for Benfica. I mean, if we take that game against Barca, they did really well until they, lost the game. So I think Benfica will probably be the ones to get something over the line for this first leg game.
All right, definitely it's going to be a very nice one. Taking the last stories this afternoon, because the Flying Eagles of Nigeria, the coach of the Flying Eagles, talking about Aliu Zubairu, has called to the camp 30 players for the 2-match that will be going down later this month. They will be playing against Egypt as they're getting set for the AFCON under 20. So it's going to be a very good one for the Flying Eagles side. Guys, we need to say our BYE on the show, but then we'll be back again later tomorrow for the Thursday edition of Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM. Until I come your way again, I enjoy working with Ebun this afternoon. Stay out of trouble. I'm out of the studio.